Hello everyone, it's Cassandra with Pecan Porch Boutique here with another video for you. I am going to be redoing this table that I bought a long time ago just as a slab. It was just a piece of wood and I found it in the thrift shop and I added legs to it. It's been sitting around a long time. I'm going to be using DIY paint, some ink, and IODs Cubano stamp, not the swoosh stamp that you see on the other side. I don't even know why I had that laying out there. So anyway, here we go. So I want to create a hand painted tile top table. And so I'm going to start out by building my background on top of this wooden table. And I'm going to start out by using some of DIY's liquid patina. This one is called Old and Gray. And again, this is going to look kind of weird in the beginning, but I'm going to start to build a background for my stamping. And you'll see how it all comes together later on. I actually learned this from another creator, and I've done it on a piece of furniture already, and I'll attach that piece to the end. But here I am just adding some of DIY's liquid patina, adding a little water just to kind of give it a little bit of just a hint of a different color. So here you can see this is layer 1, and it's not that big of a difference, but just a little hint, just a subtle hint of the liquid patina. And so now I'm going to go in. This is my second layer, and again I'm trying to build my background for my stamp. So I'm using DIY's layered chocolate, and because the stamp is square, I'm just going to be laying out some square blocks, just random square blocks. They're not going to be the same size. They're not going to have the same amount of paint in them. None of that. And I'm just going to kind of scrape them on with my DIY paint blades. So here we go. So I know at this point you're probably watching me and you're probably thinking, what in the world is she doing? Trust me, I know. I did it once before on another piece of furniture, and I even said to myself, what in the world are you doing? But I followed the process of another creator. And so, I mean, even though you see these random blocks on here now, they're all going to come in to create the pattern in my blocks. And so you won't even see the majority of this. Some of it you will see, some of it you won't, but it all gives it makes the stamp really gives the stamp a really kind of multicolored look in the end. Okay, so here I go. Now it's time for me to start with the star of the show, and that's IOD's Cubano stamp. I'm using Stazon Ink in Pumpkin to stamp this up. And one of the things that you really want to do is you want to make sure that you have enough ink on your ink pad so that you get a really good stamp, a really good image from your stamp. And you'll see me here. The only thing that I'm really being a little bit cautious about is that I get my first stamp down, because my other stamps will follow along that line. So if I get that down where I want it, then my other stampings will follow along that and I won't have a problem. So here we go, y'all. Cubano stamp in action. So here I am just stamping up my Cubano stamp, and I'm running it along the table. I'm going to stamp it up. I'm just going to lay it right over the squares, right over the liquid patina, and get it all over my table, the stamp. So you'll see me stamping, just to get it to the end of the table, to get my image from the stamp stamped down really good, because that is one of the things that you want to make sure that you get a good image from the stamp, because you're going to need that later on, and you'll see why. But here I go. We're just going to keep stamping till we get to the end. And here is where we are. So it's looking good so far. We're at layer number 3. We started with the liquid patina and then the brown squares, and now we did the pumpkin stamp. So this is kind of what it looks like so far. And I know you're thinking, but I can still see those brown squares, Cassandra. I know. Hold on, y'all. Just hold on. Okay, so I used my Stazon ink in pumpkin to lay down the first stamp, and now I'm going over those stamps using my Stazon ink in the teal blue. But the thing is, on this one, I'm not getting complete coverage with the teal blue. I'm just hitting my stamp in random places, and this is just going to add another layer to my stamp. So here you'll see me just kind of stamping it all up, but not all over, but stamping just in random places with the Stazon ink in teal blue, and I'm layering it over the first stamp that I did, and this kind of gives a little bit of a shadow effect as well. All right, y'all, so take a look. This is where we are with layer number 4 now. We started with the liquid patina. We did the layered chocolate for the squares. We did a first round of stamping in Stazon ink pumpkin, and now we just did a little bit of Stazon ink in the teal blue. So this is where we are. So we're gonna keep going. Here we go. Okay, so now I have to say that this part is a little bit tedious, because now is the time to paint in all of the negative space within the stamp. But this is really what's going to bring that stamp to life. And I'm using DIY's beadboard paint, and I'm just going to color in all of that negative space with my little artist brush. Now, if you are a perfectionist, this project is not for you, because this is not meant to look perfect in any way. But you can see, here's a little sneak peek at what we're gonna get. And oh, we're halfway there. Oh, we're living on a prayer. So here we are, thanks to Bon Jovi. We are halfway there, y'all. So take a look at where we are now. I have painted in, I'm just about halfway through the table. I've painted in all of that negative space. You can see a glimmer of what it looks like painted in versus the other half of the table, which is not done yet. So here we go. And now here I am using just a little bit of DIY's mermaid tail, and I'm painting in the lines that that cross each of the tile, so that it gives a towel look. And have you noticed that the brown squares have disappeared, y'all? Yes, they have become a part of the background. You can see a little bit of brown in there. There are some spaces where you can even see a little bit of the liquid patina. And now that I've done the little the cross sections, you can see each tile and how it's laid out. I decided I was going to use DIY's Cowgirl Coral, kind of a tongue twister sometimes, to trim off the edge of the table. So that's what you see me doing here. I'm just going to trim off with a little bit of the Cowgirl Coral, just to kind of give it a little bit of a different pop of color. And we are at completion, y'all. What do you think? I love how it turned out. Now, this was a lot bigger project than the first one that I did. And so the part that takes the longest is the filling in the blank space, but it's actually kind of therapeutic, or at least it was to me. So, I mean, if you want to try this project, you might want to start on a smaller scale if you don't want to, take so much time to fill it in. But I think it turned out beautifully. So now it's just time to protect it, and I am going to be using DIY's Big Top, and I'm going to be doing 3 coats on the top. And again, this is my piece, so it's staying with me, but I'm still going to put 3 coats of DIY's Big Top on the top and around the rim in order to protect it. So here's the final outcome, y'all. I love how this came out. I really hope y'all will try this. It's really fun, actually. You don't even have to do such a big scale one. But if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, maybe leave me a comment. I'm gonna throw in a pic of the one that I did before. Here it is here. I hope you like that one too. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to bud, bloom, and be unique.